Hay fever sucks, man. Hay fever is getting ill by the pretty scent of a pretty flower is pathetic. Nearly as pathetic as the watch snobs getting triggered that their beloved luxury expensive watch has been made much more affordable. And for that reason alone, I love the MoonSwatch. There are a few topics that I want to talk about with this. I guess I should start off with the plug. I've got two MoonSwatches. The idea was I was going to buy this Uranus for me. I wanted Uranus, and I was going to get the Jupiter for my kids, my eldest kid, who's 8. But it turns out that I actually really like the Jupiter watch now that I put it on a strap. And so I'm going to be giving this watch away because no one in my family wants it. Towards the end, I'll tell you how you can get that watch for free. But I'm keeping the Jupiter. So I'm going to start off with the ranty bit because I just need to get off my chest, and then we can get into the more review discussion part of the actual product itself. There are so many comments going around where people are saying this isn't an Omega, or this isn't a Speedmaster, and I don't understand. It literally says it on the dial. It couldn't be more clear. Yes, this is an Omega. Yes, this is a Swatch. Yes, this is a Speedmaster, and yes, this is a MoonSwatch. They are all of those, and you can't, just because you're upset that you spent £6,500 on a watch that looks very similar to a watch that can also be bought for £207, doesn't mean that you suddenly get power over how Omega chooses to use their logo, their name, and their trademark name of Speedmaster. That's out of your control. This is legitimately a Speedmaster. So people are saying, oh, but it's quartz, it's not mechanical. And so is this X33. It's not spaceflight certified. Well, nor are 99% of the Speedmasters out there. And there are a lot of them. I feel I should be wearing this. There are only 3 people who can say that this isn't an Omega. 1 are watch snobs. The second are stupid people, and you can kind of tie those together if you want. And the third is a CEO of Omega, closely followed by a statement of them saying that they are suing Swatch for unauthorized use of their brand name, their logo, and their design. Now, I'm very well aware that Swatch and Omega are owned by the same group. The Swatch Group own Swatch, just like the Swatch Group own Omega. And that leads me on to the next point around people saying that this is bad for Omega. This cheapens the brand. Now, to be honest, the first video I did around this watch, I was actually in a very similar mindset, but then that brings in the brilliance of what's going on here. People saying, oh, this is just to sell more watches. Yes, it is to sell more watches. Everything that both Omega and Swatch do is to make more money. Why do you think they launched so many limited edition? Both Omega and Swatch have a lot of limited edition watches. Why do you think they have the contract to be the James Bond watch? That isn't just because they're great fans of James Bond, it's for the cash. Now, this isn't just Omega, this is everyone. Which is fine. I have nothing against what they're doing. As long as they make good products, I'm very happy. With regards to cheapening the Omega brand, that isn't what's happening here. Omega isn't a luxury brand. The luxury is debatable, that's another topic. But from, I guess, the hierarchy of watch brands and luxury brands, I don't see Omega as luxury. I see Omega as premium, similar to Tudor. Tudor isn't luxury, Tudor is premium. They make a great product, but they make a lot of them and they are easily available. Okay, that's debatable with this thing because it isn't easily available. Sorry about the rants. Let's talk about the watch itself. So I've got 2 here. I've got the Uranus and I've got the Jupiter, the Mission 2. The case is exactly the same as the Speedmaster Pro case. It's 42mm wide, it's 13.25mm thick, 47.3mm lug to lug. It has 20mm lugs and it's water resistant down to 30 meters. And it's made out of Bioceramic. Now, I like to say that this is a plastic Speedmaster because it really hits at home for the watch snobs. To call this plastic isn't correct. It isn't a plastic watch. It's more ceramic than it is plastic. It's 2/3 ceramic, 1/3 plastic, and it does feel exactly the same as ceramic. I absolutely love how they've injected little touches of Speedmaster-ness into this. They've kind of captured what Speedmaster enthusiasts love about the Speedmaster and its history, the dot over 90. All Omegas from, I think, the 60s or 70s, they've had the logo etched into the crystal, into the glass, and they've done exactly the same here, just with the S for Swatch. So they've kind of carried on those little touches. I'm gonna go through what I love and hate about these watches. To start off with, I love the launch. These were launched, I think it's like a week or 2 weeks before Watches and Wonders. The biggest watch event in the watch industry that Omega, the Swatch Group, aren't part of, yet they dominated it, simply by dropping this £200 watch before that event. The one watch that everyone was talking about at Watches and Wonders was the MoonSwatch. It wasn't what Patek were launching, it was, what do you think of the MoonSwatch? Omega and Swatch dominated Watches and Wonders without being at Watches and Wonders. I love the fact that this is a legitimate Speedmaster for £200. That allows people who aren't in the position to spend £6,500 on a Speedmaster Professional to be able to get access to a legitimate version of that watch for 200 quid. I love how fun these watches are, and that's one of the benefits of collaborations, is it allows brands, it allows them to be a bit more fun, and that's exactly what these watches are. The Speedmaster is usually a conservative watch, a serious watch. It's a tool, and for that reason I'm kind of pushed away from it. I've already got conservative watches in my collection and I don't need any more, but I do want fun watches, and that's exactly what these are. First hate is this strap. This strap is utter crap. It is the worst part of the watch. Not only does it look bad, but it feels bad, it wears bad, it has this massive bulbous section. It makes the watch just not nice to wear. The build quality is low, and I feel like this hasn't been built to last. That's kind of in line with its price range. When I buy watches, I like to buy not just watches, things. I like to buy things that are gonna last. I don't wanna buy stuff that's just gonna die after a few months or a couple of years. All my watches, apart from these, could easily outlive me, and I think that's quite cool. And that's one thing that I dislike about this watch, is it feels like it taps into the consumerism world of being able to buy something and then not worrying if it dies. Yes, it's got a very easily accessible battery compartment, but actually I'm more concerned about the pushers falling off, or more concerned about the glass cracking. And it's so cheap that it wouldn't make sense to replace the pusher, or make sense to replace the glass. And so that's quite a big negative for me. You could still argue that it is an expensive swatch. This is a £200 swatch that's made out of their Bioceramic. Their own Bioceramic watches started around 113. You can get a stainless steel mechanical swatch for about 150. So at £200, yes, this is expensive, but I guess you're paying the price for the design. The hype around these watches, when they were launched, I thought they looked fun. I want a few of those. But then I heard about the queues, and I wouldn't mind queuing if the queue was 10 deep or maybe 15 deep. But seeing queues going down streets, I'm not interested in that. I've got better things to do with my time. And so that massively put me off. And then people buying them to flip them, that culture puts me off. With that, I hate how much negativity has been put towards Swatch around this. It's the same as people getting grumpy with Rolex. It isn't Rolex, it isn't Swatch, it's the flippers. It's people buying these watches to make money off them. If they didn't buy the watches, there would be plenty. I got an email complaint, an official complaint from an absolute pleb who was complaining about a Swatch manager in America, complaining around how they handled the queue for the MoonSwatch. He emailed me, he emailed Houdinki, he emailed a few publications, thinking his entitled tantrum about the MoonSwatch was newsworthy. His words, absolutely ridiculous. Don't get grumpy with Swatch. Get grumpy with the people who are flipping them. Email the guys, or girls, on eBay who are flipping these things for way over retail. They are absolutely not worth over retail. For 200 quid, it's fun. It's a nice watch to have for 200 quid. Anything more than that, then no, that's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Oh, giveaway. I'm gonna be giving, I've worn this watch a couple of times just for photographs. I thought that was gonna be mine, but I'm gonna be keeping this. I've told my kids that we can share it. I'm yet to, and now I sound like a bad dad. They can buy their own. So if you want this watch, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and jump over to Instagram at barkandjack. follow me there and then find the post with this watch on. You'll see it, it'll be obvious which one it is. And just leave a comment saying that you want it. And that's it. It's been worn once or twice. If I was a great dealer, that it'd be classed as unworn. Drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you soon. Take care.